We back. Yo, we back with the temporary protective status. My opinion, 40 years is not temporary. Temporary means temporary, it doesn't mean permanent. Your time is up. It's a sad thing, but it's like if y'all can strive here, go home and strive where you at. Build your country up. Don't stay here hating on America and talking bad about our culture and trying to bring your culture here. Bring your culture back home. Go build that up back over there. You know what I'm saying? It's Tommy G TV. You know how we play over here. I'm not playing. I'm happy. I'm happy. Uplift that and get because the same people that want protection is the same people that's over here hating American citizens and hating American culture. It doesn't make any sense. But let's see what they talking about.
US President Donald Trump scored a major legal victory after a federal judge cleared the way for his administration to move forward with ending temporary protected status.
Okay, let's look. Let's look. Haiti, top of the list. Afghanistan, Somalia, South Sudan, Venezuela. Get them, yo. Honduras. Yeah. Get them up out of here. Get them up out of here. Leave now or be deported. Termination in effect. Can't even be mad.
Or TPS for Somali nationals living in the United States. US District Judge Alison Burroughs lifted a stay that had temporarily blocked the termination, allowing the Department of Homeland Security to proceed. The decision could put thousands of Somali nationals at risk of losing their temporary protections if they do not have another lawful basis to remain in the United States. The Trump administration announced in January that it wanted to end Somalia's TPS designation, arguing that conditions in the country had improved enough for the humanitarian protection to be terminated.
Mr. President, I object to this mass amnesty bill. Last week, Democrats asked the Senate to extend Haitian temporary protected status. Today, they've dropped the quotation marks. Instead of extending temporary status, this legislation would convert temporary status into permanent status. Green cards, permanent settlement.
Nah. Yo, at the end of the day, they won't give American citizens a dime, yo. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they talk so bad about us. We won't do this job. We won't do this. We can't have this. American citizens can't have nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Since they opened that border, I don't care what y'all talking about. It wasn't Donald Trump that affected the economy. It was the open border that affected the whole economy across the board. That's a fact. They took all the money and gave it to these. They took all the money and gave it to the immigrants, but giving it to the immigrants is putting more money into the economy. You put massive amount of money in the economy. That's the number one reason to drive up inflation. That's how you get inflation. More money in circulation, you get inflation. That's a fact. You print more money, put it in circulation, now we have inflation. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't a housing crisis until the border was open. When the border was closed, listen, go back to when the border opened up when Joe Biden got into office. Before Joe Biden got in office, the mortgage rates was at 2 to 3%. That's what the mortgage rates were. The mortgage rates was under 3%. You get a mortgage for, you know what I'm saying, the interest rate on the mortgage back then before the open border was 2.3. 2.5, 2.8. It was in the twos. Soon as Joe Biden got in, that border opened up, skyrocket. Inflation went up to 9%. Mortgage rates went up to 7, 8%. And it's like the Democrats are now trying to campaign on fixing the problem that they solved. You understand what I'm saying? Everything that we're going through is because the Democrats caused it. And now they're trying to make people forget that they caused it and act like everything is Trump's fault. Like every time they go on TV, Trump, 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 they could talk about Jim Crow laws and somehow Trump name end up in Jim Crow laws. They could talk about the Atlantic slave trade, somehow Trump name ends up in that conversation. Y'all got to pay attention, man. You do not want to have Democrats in power anywhere. No swing states. Look at all their major cities. Look how bad LA is right now. Right now, AutoZone is under siege in LA right now. AutoZone. And they're not arresting nobody. Look at New York with Mayor Mondani. Rent price talking about all affordable care. I'm here for the affordability. Rent sky high in New York. Crime is sky high in Chicago. The governor comes in Virginia, 50 brand new taxes. Like, these are just facts. Seattle, look at Seattle. Mass shooting in Seattle. She fired the police chief. Mandani never had a job, never ran nothing. The lady in Seattle, she's still getting taken care of by her parents. Never had a job, never ran nothing. And they voting these people in. Y'all better pay attention.
At least the bill last week continued the same old Washington lie. Today, Democrats finally admit what this scheme was always designed to be. Temporary was always meant to be permanent. It's the final stage of the scam. But that's how Democrats do mass amnesty. First, they declare an emergency. Then they import hundreds of thousands of people. They then extend the program over and over and over. Then they unleash activist lawyers against anyone who tries to enforce the deadline. And when the American people finally elect a president to end this chaos, to end this abuse, Democrats demand mass amnesty. And when the American people finally elect a president who enforces the law, Democrats change the law and hand out green cards. That's what this bill does.
But the legal battle intensified after the Supreme Court issued a ruling in June that significantly limited judicial review.
Basically what he said is all the immigrants that people are fighting for, they're pawns. They're pawns in a political game. And if you pay attention, that's why black people stay out of it, because black people, we're sick of being pawns. Black people have been the first pawns. But you understand what I'm saying? You know who got the real power right now with the midterms and the elections? All the independents. So everybody that's on here, try to get your message across to the independents. Try to get the independents sway to American pride, capitalism. You know what I'm saying? Immigration is good, but legal immigration. No more of this illegal immigration, because now they're cherry picking the laws. All American citizens, we have to abide by the law. So it's not fair for us to have to abide by the law and everybody else get to pick and choose what laws they want to abide by.
View of certain decisions to terminate TPS designations. The plaintiffs argued that the administration's decision was motivated by racial and national origin discrimination, citing Trump's previous comments about Somalis.
These are people that have been not successful. They're people that have been, in many cases, failures. They come from other failed countries, and they come here and they tell us how to run our country. They come from places like, I won't mention because I don't want to get myself into a controversy, but they come from countries that are not great. They come from, let's say, as an example, Somalia. They come in and then they tell us how our Constitution, how our Declaration of Independence, how it works. It doesn't work that way, and they're not smart. They have no aptitude. They have nothing going, and they're telling us how to run our country.
I was bound to view things through the Mullen prism. Plaintiffs have made a convincing showing that they will suffer irreparable harm if the injunction is withheld, and the balance of hardships and the public interest also favor plaintiffs, given that the government has made no showing that maintaining TPS status for the duration of this litigation would impose an undue burden.
But despite those findings, Burroughs concluded that the Supreme Court's ruling constrained her ability to keep blocking the administration. According to figures cited by...
Yo, they came here and stole our money, yo, and laughed in our face. Don't forget that. Don't forget all the money that they was riding around in Ferraris out there in Minnesota, yo, and talking about Americans we hate, we jealous of them, and this, that, and the third. Like, yo, go do that. Go back to your own country and build your own country up. Don't hate on our country. Right now, it's not about black or white. It's about if you're American or not. And everybody that wants to complain about something, they don't really want no other way of life. Because if you want another way of life, you can leave America. But they just want to talk and complain because this the only place you could talk and complain and nobody's going to do anything to you. Go outside of America and start talking and complaining about other countries' government and see what happens to you. You understand what I'm saying? Don't let them change our culture. Don't let them change our ways. Don't let them take the little bit of freedoms that we still have. But you know what it is. We're going to put the link in the description. It's Tommy G TV. Be caring, be understanding, be respectful, be considerate, spread love, not war. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification. I'm out.